Hi everybody, and I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a very nice weekend, and hope you have a nice productive week ahead. I most certainly plan on it. It's a beautiful day here in South Alabama. It's a little bit warmer today, but still nice and seasonal for December. And I'm looking forward to going down to Pensacola again on Wednesday. I'm going down to see my t-shirt person down there, talk a little bit of design, and see how the tie-dyes are coming. But anyhow, wanted to start the week by talking about getting started on a raw food diet. Just some practical advice. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now so you'll see when I have new content. And then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. So getting started on a raw food diet, I see the anxiety a lot in new people's eyes when they're all, I'm getting started on this. And it can seem a little, and I can see a lot of people being overwhelmed at times because it is a lot to take in. First of all, just take a deep breath and step back. There is no hurry. Dear God, if there is no other message that anybody ever takes from my videos, will you please take that one? Just take a step back. There is no hurry on this lifestyle unless you have some life-threatening health issue, in which case, okay, yes, there might be a hurry, but for 99% of the people doing this, trying to do this, there's no hurry. You did the way you did for a lot of decades. There's a lot of thinking to undo. There's a lot of habits to undo. There's just letting your body getting used to a new way of eating, which is actually our most natural way of eating. So please just stop with the impatience, or you're not going to succeed. I can look at certain people and just tell they're not going to succeed by their mindset going in and their approach. One thing, everybody wants to focus on the negative. It's always like that in life in general. Focusing on the negative, focusing on what you did wrong as opposed to what you did right. Focusing on what you don't have as opposed to what you do have. Focusing on what's not working as opposed to what's working. Do you get kind of what I'm getting at? Focus on the positives on this lifestyle, because what you focus on, sets the tone for everything. How much raw food are you eating? Think about how much raw food you're now eating rather than how much you're not. Like, I didn't eat, dinner wasn't raw. Well, breakfast and lunch were. And we're talking about getting started. So ergo, most likely I'm talking to people that are new to this lifestyle. Could be talking to some people that have just struggled, that are just getting started over. But think about it like this. Let's say you are switching to this lifestyle from a standard American diet. Or let's say you're just switching to this lifestyle from eating cooked vegan. And when I say cooked vegan, I'm talking about somebody that eats vegan, that eats cooked mostly all the time, So let's say you came from the standard American diet. You're trying to do this lifestyle, and all you've been able to manage is eating one meal a day raw. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I talk about raw till noon, then raw till 4, but whatever. If you're eating one meal a day raw, just think about how much of an improvement that is over maybe how you were living 2 or 3 months ago. I like to think about that. Like, I want to go back to when I was eating on a standard American diet and think about how much raw I ate back then. Think about the things that I was eating back then. So let's say I'm eating chicken wings and I'm eating animal products and I'm heating oil, I'm frying oil, I'm eating fried foods, and then I switch over. Now I'm eating, okay, maybe I'm not fully on the program yet, but I'm eating one meal raw per day. Do you know how much of an improvement that is over that former thing? So focus on that positive and don't focus on the negative. Eat big. Eat big. So many people, they come into this life, they know this, and I hear people all the time. It's almost like they're shaking their head, yes, 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 but there's an inner voice that's still speaking to them from the past. No, you've got to limit your food. No, you have to restrict your food. Watch those calories. Don't eat so much fruit. That fruit's going to make you fat. There's people that watch my channel regularly that'll still ask from time to time, well, isn't it going to make you fat? No. And don't ask me that. That's kind of insulting when somebody says, well, isn't all that going to make you fat? Or isn't that too much fruit to eat? Isn't that too much sugar? Well, no, don't ask me that because I'm eating it. So obviously I don't think so. Otherwise you're just saying, dude, are you stupid or something? Eat big. Trust it. If you're eating, you can eat all the good food you want to. Some people will argue with that, but there's always the devil's in the details. There's always stuff hiding in there. When people are like, well, but I eat all this and this and this, and I'm gaining weight, or I'm not losing weight, or I'm doing this or that. It's probably not that fruit. It's some detail they're not telling you. It's some other stuff that's in their diet that is probably causing the trouble. You've got to eat big. You will not succeed on this lifestyle. If you're not willing to do that, stop right now. Go find something else to do. Either do, maybe you can do whatever version of this lifestyle you want to, but if you're going to eat raw, you have to eat big. And if you're not going to eat big, don't even attempt this. It's not going to work. Kind of like tying in from that is just don't bring baggage from the past to this lifestyle. In other words, so many people are trying to apply diet mentality. They're trying to take, okay, they may be eating fresh, whole plant-based foods to a certain extent, but they're still trying to apply the same old diet mentality from the diets we've seen in the past to this way of eating. Totally different concept, totally different style. You don't need to think diet because it always leads to restricting, and it always leads to like focusing on, okay, I have to eat just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Look at the big picture. If we eat enough calories, if we eat a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, different colors, we're getting what we need to get. So don't bring that baggage to the lifestyle. Surround yourself with rational, positive people. That kind of goes back to the beginning of like focusing on the positive rather than the negative. And it's also about who you put yourself around. There's a lot of people out there that are what I call Eeyores. If you don't know the Winnie the Pooh story, Eeyore's a lovable character, but he's always so down, and Eeyore can throw cold water on anything. You know the type people. Anytime somebody offers a suggestion, think about them. You don't have to mention anybody, but anytime somebody maybe throws a suggestion out about how to do this lifestyle, or maybe here's a little trick or whatever, what's Eeyore going to do? Eeyore's going to come in and they're going to say, well, that doesn't work for me. It does this. They've always got a reason it doesn't work, or it's not that good, or there's always something bad. So don't surround yourself with people like that, because it's depressing as hell. It's depressing as hell, number one, and it gets into your head. That kind of thinking can get into your head. Kind of similar to avoid the hypochondriacs. Don't listen to hypochondriacs, and that'll trip you up, and it'll get in your head, and you won't eat certain things, or you won't do certain things that you should be doing on this lifestyle because of the hypochondriacs. I see stuff, and I don't mean once in a while, all day, every day. Somebody, and a lot of times it's just misinformation and ignorance, but like, oh, well, I went raw. They've been raw for like 3 or 4 weeks, and this happened or that happened, and they attribute everything to being because they went raw. My hair fell out because I went raw. Well, why would that? You're eating healthier. I'm just saying that as random. Maybe there are situations, but mostly people, it's kind of a coincidence. Something happens to be happening to your body, whether it's negative or whatever. It may or not be. It's probably not even related to the food. It could be a change you're going through, but so many people want to every little thing that happens. Well, now I started eating raw and this started happening. Well, it probably doesn't have anything to do with each other. Or, oh, when I eat like this, they talk about when they eat one little thing and their body just flips out. Come on, we ate standard. Come on, think of all the garbage we've eaten in our past, and you're trying to think now like, oh, well, if I don't eat exactly perfect, or if I eat this or if I eat that, my body's just going to freak out. So, yeah, I hope those practical tips help you a little bit. This lifestyle, like I say, sometimes I'm thinking, okay, what more can you tell someone to help them get there? You emulate it, you show a lot of what I eat in a day videos, you give little tips and tricks. And what I actually think is like I say, just people are being a little too hard on themselves. don't expect perfection. People are not doing this lifestyle anymore. In other words, if they can't do it perfectly, or if they can't do it what they picture to be perfectly in their mind, they're almost like, okay, well, if I can't do this thing 100% the way that I envision it as being perfect, then I'm not going to do it at all. Going right back to the beginning, like I say, any move in the right direction is a move in the right direction. It's still superior to what you were doing before, most likely. It's still better than the alternative of just like, okay, well, no, I'm not getting everything that I thought I was going to get out of this immediately, so I'm going to go back to the way I used to eat, or I'm just going to jump around. That's another one too. Getting started is going back to patience. You've got to give this thing a little bit of time. If some people aren't going to lose the weight the first month, the second month, or lose everything they want, they're not going to, in other words, this diet's not going to click for everybody right from the beginning. And a lot of people just give it they'll give it 2 weeks, a month, and it didn't work for me. And then they're jumpers. They're on to the next thing. Oh, I'm doing paleo now. I see them all the time. I got people on social media that'll kind of add me, like they'll send me a friend request on Facebook when they're raw vegans. Then I kind of lose track, and then, a few months later I see something posted and I'm like, oh, they're doing paleo now, huh? And then a few months later I see them full on, and some of them that have added me, they're back on eating full on hardcore nasty standard American diet. So listen, eating anything we do better for ourselves is better than doing nothing. So anyhow, hope a few of those tips might stick. Maybe you can take even just one out of there. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Love you. Peace.